Hello and welcome back, folks. We're here with another video in this series of the road to 100K through credit spreads. What exactly happened this week? Well, I have to say with great excitement, it has been another green week. Our total profits this time around is $60, bringing our total to $1,070. Now, if you like seeing green the way I do, please make sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe to the channel. We'll go over the trades that we did, which is only one this week, and we'll also take a look at what the market has done this past week. Alright, so we did one credit spread, a put credit spread this week. It was a two contract 33.25 and 33.20 put credit spread for a $60 profit. And I placed that on the end of Tuesday and just let it expire when Wednesday markets stop trading. So you can see I went pretty conservative again due to the volatility of the markets we had this past couple of weeks. We did see a couple of green days and a little bit less volatility in the early days of this week. That was why I decided to go with a put credit spread. I wanted to avoid a bounce up in the long direction, but I also made sure I had about a 70 point safety net for my put credit spread in case of another breakout. Obviously, if it breaks out pretty hard, it can go past that, but I thought 70 points was enough to catch it. And luckily enough, when Wednesday came about, the markets did trail off towards the end of the trading session, but nowhere near our short contract of 33.25 strike price. So that was a nice little $60 profit we did there. And then when you take a look at Thursday, it immediately gapped down. It was quite a big red day. Trade a little sideways during that session. And then today, Friday, it trailed off even more. That's something I've come to observe. I have in the past seen many trail off days or gap down days occur on Thursdays and trail off into Friday. I don't know if there's a certain reason for that, but I have seen that in the past. I think a couple of weeks ago, that happened as well. There was a big sell-off on Thursday into Friday that caused this whole, the next couple of weeks of volatility that we see here. So that's just a small little observation I had, and I think I'll keep that in mind when I do trades from now on. I kind of like doing these put credit spreads, 1 day expiration during these times. I think if you hold it for 2 days or 3 days, the market can move so much in that time period. So if you do an 80-point spread during this period, you still have to be pretty careful, but 80 to 70 points I think is conservative enough to prevent your spreads from falling into the money. So that's what happened this week. Took our $60 profit and avoided the sell-off on Thursday and Friday. Want to take a look at the markets from a more holistic level. This is the 180-day chart with 4-hour intervals. There was an upward trend line going up, and quite a few reactions. Now, I've seen this. I drew this trend line. I've looked at other people's analysis of this, so I'm by no means don't take what I say here with a grain of salt. Technical analysis is, to me, always something. It gives you certain information, but you can't take it as face value because it's not guaranteed. So there is a trend line here, and you can see it actually breaking out of this this trend. So although I said maybe I'll do put credit spreads with that 70, 80 point cushion. Um, I think I'm gonna be a little bit more wary next week and weeks to come, since it looks like we have broken out. I'll have to wait and see, because even though if you do 1 day expirations, if the market is actually dropping, it can definitely, as we've seen, on this day here, this big red candlestick, I think it dropped over 100 points. So please keep that in mind. Watch the RSIs. That's what I'm doing. And if next week it's too dicey, I may just sit out. So I'm gonna watch to see what this does. If it continues to sell off into a leg down, or if there is going to be another reversal and go back to the all-time highs. Right now I have no freaking clue. I don't know. A lot of people said this is a correction that we expected, which yes, I agree with that. But can this correction turn into a full-blown downside movement? Yeah, it could. And you have to look at what's happening today. Congress is not passing any sort of fiscal stimulus bills or policies, and that's definitely affecting the markets. So that's what I'm mainly looking out for. I gotta watch this, and we'll see what happens next week. So with that said, it was a green week. I'm not complaining. And let's see if we can do the same thing next week. And thanks as always for watching this video, and thanks for accompanying me on the road to 100K. I will see you guys in the next week.